guys, happy belated Thanksgiving for us Canadians. On Monday it was our long weekend because it was Thanksgiving. And so for today's recipe, it is of course pumpkin pie. I know it's a bit too late to post it for us Canadian because Thanksgiving just happened the other day. But for our neighbor in the US, their Thanksgiving still coming up. Anyways, actually, pumpkin pie can be served anytime in this household because my youngest truly love pumpkin pie. So check out the full video and I'll see you again. Bye! For the dry ingredients, this is 2.5 cup flour with 1 tablespoon of sugar, a generous pinch of salt that we're just gonna mix in a bowl. And now we're gonna add in 190 to 195 gram of unsalted butter with at least 2 tablespoons of cold water. We're gonna mix this into a dough. You can use spatula, fork, or your hand. It's up to you. Once the dough looks like this, now we're gonna use our hand. Once the mixture. We're gonna knead it and then we're gonna roll it and place it onto our pie plate. You can roll it on double wax paper or parchment paper or just like this. But if you find it a bit sticky, I added about 5 tablespoons of ice water or cold water in the end, so you might want to lessen it. It's depending on your flour. So if you find it a little too sticky, and for easier rolling, just use 2 parchment paper covering the dough, and then it will be easier to roll like so. So it's a breeze to roll. Otherwise you may have to sprinkle some flour to make it easier to roll so it won't stick on your rolling pin. Lay it on the pie plate and then just make the edges neater. You can make a crimple or whatever design you like, but otherwise as is just fine. Now your pie skin is ready. We're gonna place it into the fridge while we prepare the filling. What I have here is half cup of granulated white sugar with 1/4 cup of demerara style sugar. You can use light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. With 3 eggs, we're just gonna mix it until completely combined and sugar dissolve. Now we're gonna add about 15 ounces of pumpkin, pure pumpkin, but mine is doubled, so you want about 400, half of this 796, half of it, so about 2 cups. You want 2 cups of pure pumpkin puree mixed into the egg mixture with 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, and we're gonna add spices as well. Pumpkin pie spice. If you don't have, it will be a mixture of ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg. But if you want to be just practical, you can use allspice. For the spices, I'm not really using a measurement. You can use your electric mixer or you can just use your spatula for this. You just want it to combine them properly. So I'm using cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and ginger for the flavoring. I'm using allspice because I don't have ground cloves, but by all means, if you have ground cloves or even the actual pumpkin pie spice mixture, use that. But otherwise, allspice can be a substitute for the ground cloves. It has that flavor almost like ground cloves. So again, the spices will be cinnamon powder, allspice, and ginger. Now we're just gonna pour the filling onto our chilled skin, and we're gonna bake it on preheated 425 Fahrenheit, and that for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes baking on 425 Fahrenheit, we're gonna lower it to 375 Fahrenheit and continue baking for about half hour to 40 minutes. You may cover your edges with aluminum foil in case your oven is running hot and you don't want it to brown too soon or too brown, you can cover the sides with aluminum foil and bake it for 15 minutes on preheated 425 Fahrenheit, and then lower it to 375 and bake it for another 30 to 40 minutes. Take out the pie from the oven and let it cool to room temperature for a couple of hours before we chill it in the fridge. Ta-da! As is good, or you can add whipped cream.